Hello everybody and welcome to your math lesson. I think it's math lesson number 4. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Remember, again, will have this in person if you are in person learning, so you can skip over this lesson. But if you have already done it and you're stuck on your homework and you need a little extra help, that is what I am here for. So let's share our screen and get right to it. So remember, we talked about place value in our last lesson. I don't know if you remember the place values. So I want you to practice this. You can pause it and mentally do it in your head. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to pause. But the number is 397,421. What is the place of all of these digits? So if you pause and use it, good job. If you haven't, pause real quick. The 3 is in the hundred thousands place. The 9 is in the 10,000s place. The 7 is in the thousands place. The 4 is in the hundreds place. The 2 is in the tens place, and the 1 is in the ones place. Remember, it repeats 1, 10, 100. And then it's another 1, 10, 100. It's just we got to add thousands in front of it. And then the next one's a 1, 10, 100. We just have to add the millions in front of it. Millions are great. If you know to the millions, you are set. For 4th grade, you for sure need to know these 6. Get them locked in your brain. There's no reason you guys shouldn't know this. Practice them, practice them, practice them. We'll practice some more in class too. Here we go. Here's your numbers. Ones is the 1. Tens is the 2-digit. Hundreds is the 4-digit. Thousands is the 7-digit. 10,000s is the 9-digit. And 100,000s is the 3-digit. So what's rounding? Rounding is used to simplify numbers, but still keep the value the same. Okay, so you got to keep the value about the same in rounding. That's the rule. We use rounding to make numbers easier to add, subtract, or to generally just work with the numbers. It's a lot easier to mentally in your head add numbers that have been rounded than it is to try to add numbers that have not been rounded. Okay, so here's one reason that I use rounding. So I used to work at Walmart, if you didn't know, and one of the biggest frustrations were people that did not add up the things in their cart before they came up. They just were like, oh, I'll just take whatever and I'll just bring it up and do this. Well, you guys actually, it's really a good skill to add things in the cart. This is a practice you can do. If you go shopping with your mom or your dad or anybody, start adding the things in the cart. So when I go shopping, I try to round the cost of the items to the nearest dollar. That way I know the general cost of the items before I get to the register. Which do you think is easier to add? $9.87 plus $3.05 plus $2.74, or $10 plus $3 plus $3. I hope if you're not crazy, you said the bottom one. The bottom one is much easier to add all at once. And so then I know I need about $16 for it. We also round to check our answers, okay? When we start doing some harder level math, it's gonna be really crucial that you kind of check your answer in your head first and go, does that make sense with what I checked earlier? We will be practicing this in a future lesson. So here you go, here's the question I came up with. Daniel and Mason are having a race. Daniel runs up 12 stairs, then 29 stairs, then 17 stairs. Mason runs up 19 stairs, then 21 stairs, then 27. Who ran up more stairs? If you round each answer and then add it, Daniel ran about 10 stairs plus 30 stairs plus 20, and Mason ran about 20 plus 20 plus 30. So Daniel ran about 60 stairs, so we know the answer's got to be around 60. Mason ran about 70, so we know the answer's got to be around 70. And the real answers reflect that. Daniel ran 57 stairs and Mason ran 67. So that's not an actual reflection of anybody, but I just wanted to show you that that estimation can help you really check your answer. If you don't have that, you're gonna have some trouble. So now we need to know how to round. And how to round, find the place value that it's asking you to round. For example, if I say round to the nearest 100, you need to go right to that 100 spot first. So I got 6,753. 7 is that spot. In this case, the 100th digit is 7. Use the digit to the right of it, or the one that's less, so the tens place, and that it's asking you to round. In this case, it is 5. Now in rounding, there's a special rule. If the digit is 5 or bigger, so if it's 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, then you have to increase the value of the place it was originally asking you to round. So a lot of people make this mistake where they go backwards. They look at the right digit that they have to check if they have to round, and then they round that digit. No, you have to go backwards, and then you look at it, and then you go back. to the original one. So we have to go back to that 7 first. And on that 7, we see that 5, if it's above, you have to increase it. So we have to increase that 7 right here that I'm highlighting. We have to increase this 7 to an 8. Then you change all the numbers after the rounded number to 0. So for example, the new number is 6,800. That's a little bit easier to add than 6,753. It's also a little bit easier to say. Okay, so I have a very similar number. It's a little bit different though. We're gonna round to the nearest 100. So we see that the hundreds place is the 7. I'm gonna highlight it. You can circle it. In fact, I would suggest that. Circle your number. In the case, the hundreds place has a 7 digit. Use the digit to the right of the place to ask you which to round. The place to the right is a 2. If the digit to the right is 4 or lower, so 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0, then you have to keep the value of the place it's asking. So for instance, we're looking at the 7 in the hundreds place, you got to keep that one, 6,700. Then turn the other 2 into zeros. So your example is 6,700. That's how you round. It's good to practice some rounding before we go. So I want you to round these to the nearest 1,000. So in this case, the 1,000 on 23 here, 23,000 is the 3. So I got to look backwards. Hopefully you can see my cursor. This 1, that's lower than 5. So I got to keep this 3. So that so then 23,000, and then you turn all of these to zeros at the end. In this case, 28,872. We're looking at the thousands place. That's an 8. We look to the right. Oh, that is an 8. That's bigger than 5. So I have to take this 8 and bump it up to a 9. And then I have to change everything after it to zeros. This one, 132,683. That's just hard to say. Let's round it. Let's go to the thousands place. It's a 2 this time. We have to go backwards. It's a 6. The 6 is more than 5. So we have to increase this by 1. So 2 goes to 3. And then we have to change all of these to 0 at the end. Those numbers, look at them. They're much easier to work on. There's going to be some practice in your math sheet. Your math sheets pages that are going to be due are page 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good luck, everybody. See ya. Bye.